On this kid's safari, we went to the Prime Desert Woodland Preserve. It's a neat place that takes care of the desert.
I love the Prime Desert Woodland Preserve.
People go there and love the desert. They hang out there for peace and quietness and seeing the animals there. They have lots of trails you get to walk and explore to see all of the plants and animals of the Mojave Desert, which is the desert we live in. Here's the circle. Then we went all the way down to here. They have so many neat plants. There's lots of neat things about them.
So this is our California Joshua tree, very important to our desert, being that this desert and surrounding deserts in Nevada and Texas are the only places on the planet where these trees grow. They have these green spines on the ends, which are actually very sharp and tough. They continue to grow out of these green bushels of spines and grow outwards. As you can see, this is the husk of as the tree continued to grow. And then as they get taller, the husks and the spines fold downwards, which gives the trees kind of this furry look. So this group of Joshua trees is a perfect example of what is called the cloning process and how these trees grow. What looks here like possibly 15 to 20 individual trees is actually only around 2 or 3 trees, because their roots, instead of growing downwards like a lot of trees you would see in a neighborhood, the roots grow outwards very close to the ground. And then they pop up again and start growing what looks like a completely new tree, but it is all the same tree. So this bush here is the creosote bush. As you can see right now, it's actually blooming. All of these bright yellow flowers. And it'll only stay this way for several weeks throughout the year. And then these flowers will turn into fuzz pods, exactly like a dandelion would. And then the wind will carry those pods away, and that's its seeds. That fuzz is the seeds of this bush, and that's how they grow. These are the oldest living plants in the Antelope Valley. This bush here is actually over 900 years old. The oldest living, still living creosote bush in the Antelope Valley is over 11,000 years old. So as we walk along our trails in the Prime Desert Woodland Preserve, you can come across these plaques which give lots of information about our plants and our animals. This plaque here is teaching us about this tree, the Fremont cottonwood. Named Fremont after the man who discovered the tree, and called cottonwood because compared to all of the other plants in the desert, the wood is very white in color, similar to cotton, hence the name cottonwood. This is our juniper bush. These plants are very special to the animals living in this preserve, being that if you can see the whitish blue colored berries that are covering this bush, that's one way how we can tell that this is the female of the bush. Inside of those berries is the seeds, and the male plants of the junipers have tiny little pine cones that are almost too small to see with your eye.
It's a great place for exercise and going on hikes. It's actually a flat mountain hike. They have a building that has lots of fun stuff. It even has you dig in this thing for dinosaur bones. They have fun things for kids to learn and get hands on.
So these are several of the skins of some animals that you can see here at our preserve. We have a cottontail rabbit's fur. This is the pelt of a full-grown coyote, which we do have a couple of them living in our preserve at this time. This is the skin of a diamondback rattlesnake, and this is actually the shedded skin of a snake. So this is what you can find to tell that there are snakes living in your area. So besides the furs that show them what they can look like when they're alive, we also have skulls, full skeletons, and other small bone fragments of animals that do live around this valley that you can possibly find. Like we have a snake skeleton, frog, lizard, and bat, full skeletons. Underneath, we have the antlers of a deer that tend to live more in the mountains of this area. Along this side, we have plenty of examples of bird skulls and the nests that they like to make. Below the skulls is our state bird, the California quail, very noticeable by the little black question mark looking feather that they keep on top of their head. And this is a really cool example. This is the core of a Joshua tree. It's the reason why they are very good survivalists in the desert where we do not receive a lot of rainfall. Their core is identical to a sponge. It soaks in water really well and doesn't let it go.
I love it every time my family goes to the Prime Desert Woodland Preserve. You should always go explore the world around you because it gives you exercise, and it is actually exercise. And you learn so much. My mom told me that when you go out to nature, you learn more stuff about it. God made nature really neat, full of plants and animals that work together to make an ecosystem. If you're ever in Lancaster, California, come check out the Prime Desert Woodland Preserve. That's it for this Kid Safari. Follow us on Facebook and YouTube and watch our videos. They are really fun to see. Bye!